My name is Marc Rees and I'm the Artistic Director, Curator of the National Theatre's fourth production, which is called For Mountain, Sand and Sea, which is based in Barmouth in North Wales. Now, I guess you can ask why Barmouth, and I'd never been there actually. So originally, John McGrath, the director of National Theatre Wales, sort of asked me, he gave me some creative time to explore the coastline of Wales to come up with some ideas. So basically then myself and my creative producer Sian Thomas went on an excursion and took in the whole kind of coastline and ended up in Barmouth. I'd never been there, but we were intrigued. And then I met a local author called John Sam Jones, who kind of gave this kind of extraordinary wordsmith's insight into this fascinating town. And basically his family kind of go back kind of 300 years. So obviously he knew a lot of kind of extraordinary facts. So things were gradually emerging, fascinating things about the town. And then I kind of met a guy called Hugh G. Roberts, who's a kind of local archivist, and he's been collating kind of a historical pictorial archive of Barmouth through the community. It's by the community, through the community, and it's just an extraordinary rich kind of material, kind of fantastic documentation of the town's history. So for me, it was like the idea revealed itself is to create a site responsive work inspired by this amazing kind of historical archive. So for me, I wanted to kind of find a main location which has kind of had a strong connection to the town and the community. So I've chosen a kind of church hall. So the excursion will start in the church hall. That's the embarkation point, and the church hall will have a kind of a social kind of sculpture that people interact with, or they see the archive being animated, so they experience the archive quite close up, and then basically then the audience, they congregate there, and then they're guided through the town and on a kind of an immersive journey, kind of multi-sensory experience. I mean, another extraordinary thing about Barmouth is its incredible location. I mean, it's the mouth of the estuary, the Mawddach, beneath Eryri, Snowdonia, and it's incredibly picturesque. So, it's a seaside town. So in the summer, it changes dramatically. In the winter, it's very, very quiet. So in the summer, the town, the inhabitants kind of increases kind of tenfold. And you have all these kind of Brummies and Mancunians coming, and it's a very kind of full-on Martin Parr experience. Seagulls, ice cream, large people, red faces, fish and chips, full on. And then you've got this kind of dichotomy, this duality kind of character of this kind of Martin Parr existence, and then you've got the sort of like the old chapels, but the old chapels are full of kind of, they're pound shops, which is also a strange juxtaposition. And it's kind of Welsh, but it's kind of very English. It's sort of like very much sort of on its own, really. And for me, that was really interesting. I thought this is the perfect place to create a kind of theatrical, a theatrical experience, a contemporary theatrical experience, and to bring artists here to respond to the town, to these kind of sites that I'll give them, and to the kind of history, to the archive. It keeps on going back to the archive. So for me, what I'm interested in is kind of collapsing time, is using this strange juxtaposition, drawing a lot of kind of stories and experiences from the town's period in the 40s, because during the war years, that was in a way its kind of glory days, the kind of the golden era, because the MOD took the town over and dramatically changed the town forever. And we've done a tremendous amount of work, kind of working in the community, making inroads, meeting people, the WI and the various societies, giving them talks and getting them on board. I'm just delighted that they are now on board. And I think through the story shop, they kind of awoke to the kind of theatrical potential of the project. So it's great having the support. And it's wonderful now that the community will actually take part. A lot of the people in the community will actually play characters, loosely say characters, will be involved in the project. And also, I'm just itching to get there now. And that's the point. We've done all this kind of research and development. Now I just want to get there and immerse myself into the town with the people, with its history, and now get the artists to respond to this fantastic, fantastic site.